Hi friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is a continuation of my top 10 series. I've already done multiple installments of this series so far this year, and we are moving on now into lips. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite lip glosses. I love lip gloss. I love a bold lip, don't get me wrong, but I love either topping a gloss on a bold lip. I love wearing just a sheer sparkly gloss by itself. It's a very easy go-to. It's always comfy, always looks good. It's such a great go-to, you know? And I have some formulas that I absolutely love, some shades that I absolutely love. I will say you will see a very common vibe between a lot of these. They aren't all exactly the same. But I do have a type. I like a sheer sparkly gloss. I do have a gloss in here that is just like more of a shiny gloss rather than sparkly gloss, but I do love a sparkly gloss. We're gonna get into it together. I would love to hear what your favorite glosses are as well. I just love knowing everyone's favorites of any given thing ever. Before we hop into it, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories go, this is just an old basic choker, and these earrings were a gift, so I don't know where they're from. Sorry. But yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna hop into it and talk about my top 10 favorite lip glosses. Continuing with the same theme that I've been doing the last few videos, I'm only gonna talk about 10 different formulas and then my favorite color in each formula if I have multiple colors in the same formula. Because otherwise there'd be a lot of repeats within the same formula, just different colors. So in order to keep a little more variety, I'll be talking about 10 different formulas, and then I'll just shout out my favorite shade in each formula as we go through these 10. Kicking it off with number 10 are the Lunar Beauty glosses. I just think these are so pretty. I feel like there's a few different formulas from his line. He has some that are more of a cream finish, some that are more of a sparkly finish, and sparkly is of course what I prefer. This one in particular is the shade Celine. Look how pretty. Just like a really nice kind of champagne-y, sheer sparkly gloss. Just so pretty. I've worn this so many times. Just such a beautiful, slippy, buttery feeling formula. Smells like cake. Oh, these are just such lovely glosses. I love them. I have like 3 shades, and this one is definitely my go-to. I also do wear Bitchcraft a lot. That was my runner-up, but Celine is just one I've defaulted to. So many times I had to include it. Number 9, unfortunately, is a gloss that I think is no longer available. I'll link all 10 of these down below if I can, but I think this is a formula that unfortunately got discontinued, and I have a bone to pick with Lethal Cosmetics because of it. These Lethal Cosmetics glosses are so cool. This one in specific is the shade Duality. They came out with multiple of just these really pretty glosses. They have really pretty shifts and sparkle to them. Look at that. It has that really pretty, soft, shimmery look with that blue flash. These are so gorgeous, very thin and lightweight feeling on the lips, not sticky at all, just slippy and nourishing and so beautiful. And I can't believe that they got rid of it, at least to my knowledge. I feel like every time I try to link these glosses in a description box if I'm wearing them, it's never available. So I'm assuming it's not available. But again, I'll link it down below if I can. Maybe you already have these glosses in your collection and it'll inspire you to dig them out, but this was a great formula. Moving on to number 8. This one really became a favorite pretty fast. These are the Milk Makeup Odyssey Lip Oil Glosses. They came out with multiple shades. Again, a few different formulas there. Like some are a little bit more of that like just cream finish, and some, like this one, are more of the sparkly finish. This is a cool formula because it really is kind of like a lip gloss, lip oil hybrid. Just so pretty. Very, again, thin, slippy. This one's the shade Globetrot. Just like a really pretty sheer blue with those little sparkles in it. Just so comfortable, so unbelievably comfortable, just smooth, nourishing. These feel so nice. I really like this color. I have found myself defaulting to this shade when I'm wearing a blue look. I was tempted today, but I wanted something a little different with this look instead of just blue. But I have defaulted to this a lot. It has like the slightest like purple shift in it as well. It's just such a pretty gloss. Moving on to number 7. This is one of the Dose of Colors lip glosses. Dose of Colors, I feel like they used to have my favorite gloss formula ever. If you've been here for years, I would love to know if you've been here this long, but the Desi X Katy collab over the top gloss was my favorite for years. There was just something so special about the Desi X Katy formula. I felt like their other glosses were still good, but they weren't the same as that formula. I feel like their most recent ones, which this isn't new by any means, but I feel like the more recent ones are a little more on the same line, and this is the closest I have to the over-the-top gloss that I mean, I since finished. It was old. That was a very old collaboration. I held on to that as long as I could. But this one's the shade Flashy, and it does have a very similar characteristic to what I loved about the Desi X Katie Over the Top gloss. It's that sheer sparkly gloss with little gold reflex. That used to be like my #1 go-to type of gloss, was sheer with gold sparkle. Still love that combo. I think it's so pretty. This one isn't quite as like perfectly thin and slippy as that other one, but I do still love this one a lot. It's in the top 10 for a reason. But my love for like the Dose of Colors glosses did like go down a few pegs ever since I ran out of my #1 favorites, and then other formulas have come out from other brands that I adore. But Flashy is still a really nice gloss. I love just that like soft gold like reflect. Even though this isn't as slippy as that Desi X Katie one, it's still very thin and slippy and not sticky. Just so comfortable. That's just my favorite. I don't like when a gloss is too sticky or too thick. I like it to be thinner. I like it to feel just slippy and glidey. It's just so good. So yeah, this is a good one too. I just feel like I had to give my the backstory and lore to that shade. I feel like there's a lot to it. I remember feeling so heartbroken when I finally finished my Over the Top gloss, and I think it was actually a subscriber that told me about Flashy that prompted me to get it, and it is still really good. It's not the same, but it is still pretty great. Moving on to #6, I had to shout out my Sugar Pill glosses, specifically this one. Flicker and then Bloom is my runner-up. That specific formula is just so thin and delicious. I decided to give the slot for this video to Flicker just because I do default to this one a lot. It has this really pretty kind of bronze base with multicolored reflex. Like, it's not just like a regular glitter. It's more of like a rainbow sparkle going through it, but it's so subtle. Like, the main takeaway is still just like bronzy sparkly. I'm actually wearing it today on top of this brown lip that I have going on. So pretty, so comfortable. This has been one of my top favorite gloss formulas for years. I think ever since I started this top 10 series years ago, this one and Bloom have been in the video. Like, they're just so good. But yeah, love these glosses. So pretty. Look how sparkly everything's looking. So gorgeous. Moving on to the top 5. These are the ones that are just tried and true. Like, I knew exactly what my top 5 were before I started filming this. They're just too good. #5 is my only gloss that is not sparkly in this video. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler lip plumping glosses. I do think they make some shades, actually I know they make some shades that have sparkle in them, but something about this shade Rosy Outlook, it is the most sheer pink in the world. It's basically clear, but it's not technically clear. But this is my favorite basically clear plumping gloss ever. It's right here, just so shiny, so smooth. I love the plumping effect. Honestly, a plumping lip gloss is one of my favorite things. The fact that pretty sure this is the only plumping gloss I'm talking about in this video is kind of crazy, but I guess the sparkle just won over the plump. But I love this. It's so unbelievably shiny. Like, even on my hand right now, I feel like it is probably the shiniest one. It's just so wet looking, so gorgeous. It makes your lips look so good. I love wearing these glosses by themselves. I love pairing them with other things. I mean, I could say that about all of these, I suppose. I have so many shades in this gloss formula. I always get excited when new ones come out. It's just wonderful. If you love a lip gloss with that plumping sensation, you would love this. It's just so minty, tingly, wonderful. And again, some of them do come in a sparkly version as well. There's various shades, some are cream, some are sparkly, but I do love this specific one. I've defaulted to it a million times. I have the jumbo size specifically. It's just a good gloss. Moving on to #4, Unearthly has some beautiful glosses, but specifically the collab gloss between Unearthly and Heather Austin. This is in the shade Omen, and it is incredible. I don't know what kind of sorcery they put into this shade, but it's incredible. It has the prettiest, softest shimmer going through it. It's mostly like icy sheer, but it has the smidgiest of pink in it. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I've worn this so many times. Unfortunately, I don't think this gloss is available by itself. I think you have to buy it with the full Heather Austin collab, which I do love that collaboration, but I would love to see this gloss sold just by itself. Maybe it already is, and I will update the description box, but to my knowledge, I don't think you can get it by itself, but it is so good. Just like, look how pretty and shimmery that is. Gorgeous. Moving on now to the top 3. #3 is one that I have defaulted to so many times. If I'm wearing any sort of cool toned look, specifically if it's very silver focused, but really any cool tone look, it's up for grabs with this. I want to use this gloss every single time. I love the other shades that are in this line as well, but these Kaleidos lip glazes are so good, specifically this one in the shade Free Fall. Again, there's a few different formulas out of these lip glazes. Some are very sparkly like this one, and some are more of a cream finish. But this one in the shade Free Fall is just so cool. It has the coolest silver reflect, but it doesn't just look like straight up silver on the lips. I feel like when it's actually applied, it just has the prettiest silvery cool tone shimmer without it looking like Tin Man, because I feel like this swatch is pretty intense. Let me try to blend this swatch out a little bit so you can get a little bit more of an idea of what it looks like on the lips. Definitely a little bit more toned down, but very cool tone. Very thin, very comfortable. These lip glazes are really, really special. I like them a lot. Moving on to number 2 is my only Patrick Ta gloss, and I love this. I finally treated myself to this sometime last year, and it's just so pretty. I'd had my eye on it for a long time, very long time, but this is the shade She's Expensive, and I love her. Just so pretty, like the epitome of what I love in a sparkly gloss. Like, it is just sheer sparkly magic. It has like the prettiest like light champagne-y reflect in it. It's just so good, so thin and comfortable and just so pretty. Makes my lips look so lovely. I love that gleam and that sparkle. It's just so special. I want more shades. Maybe eventually I'll get more shades. I really don't need more shades, but it's just a great formula, and I would not be mad to have more. And finally, last but not least, this was a discovery that I stumbled upon last year. I think I was just perusing Ulta's website and looking at NYX specifically, and I'd remembered the butter glosses from back in the day. They were like one of the first lip glosses I ever acquired years and years ago. Well, I'd learned that they have a butter gloss bling formula, which is sparkly. I was all about it. So I think I grabbed just one shade, and then I've slowly been collecting more. And it is honestly just my favorite go-to gloss right now. It was one of my top favorite discoveries last year, and I stand by that. But these are the Butter Gloss Blings. My favorite shade is Bring the Bling. I won't be surprised if I have to repurchase this at some point. I wear it a lot, but it's just so pretty. Well, I put that on like the side of my hand where you can't see it. Let me make a better swatch. Let's put it on this side of my hand, where I can actually show you better. But it's just smooth and sparkly. You know, it's that sheer with the champagne shimmer. It's just so pretty, so comfortable, so lightweight. The fact that it's so affordable also, I feel it gives it bonus points too. It's so pretty. It really is just so pretty. I have it here and over here. But it's just so good. I have multiple shades now at this point. They have different shades and undertones, some that are more pinky, some that are more browny, some that are more orangey, but Bring the Bling is just my go-to. Like, I can't get enough. It's simple and perfect and everything that I want. I love the multicolored reflex that are in there. We have different shades of like gold and pink and peach, and it's just so pretty. I feel like it's that classic sheer with gold sparkle that I used to love and still do, but kind of like the elevated version, because I like that addition of the little pink reflex in there. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. I just love all of these. I think they are all so good, so pretty and special. None of these feel gritty on the lips. I'm very picky about that, actually. I've tried some sparkly glosses where I can feel the glitter, and I do not like that. I feel like that gives me the ick. It's just a weird texture thing. I don't like that. All of these feel just very smooth and very lightweight and very comfortable, and I always love the way they look. They're so beautiful. I want to try to see if I can capture like all those little sparkles that are in these shades. They're just so pretty and lovely, and I love so much. So yeah, those are my top 10 favorite lip glosses. Again, very common vibe going on. I love a sheer sparkly gloss. What can I say? It's just one of my favorite things ever. I love lip gloss. It's just so classic and easy to wear. It's a no-brainer, you know? It's just so easy to just throw a gloss on. It requires zero brain power, especially if it's more of that sheer vibe that I tend to go for. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you love any of these as much as I do? What are your favorite gloss formulas? Like I said, I also really love a plumping gloss. I was kind of surprised I didn't include more, but the sparkle just beat it out. A couple runner-ups are like the Fenty glosses, specifically Lemon Lava from the Gloss Bomb Heat. It is a hot, plumping, gold sparkly gloss. That one almost made it. Almost made it. It just barely did not make it. Also the Ulta Beauty plumping glosses. I have one. I think it's in the shade Candy Stick, and it's so pretty as well. Just like a plumping, sparkly gloss. Used to be a top favorite, but over time some things have beaded out, but there are some amazing glosses out there, and I would love to know what your favorites are. What are your favorite formulas, colors? Do you like gloss at all? I know it's not for everybody. I love all lip products. It just depends on my mood. Sometimes I like gloss, regular lipstick, liquid lipstick. I will be going over both regular lipstick and liquid lipsticks soon in this series. And then of course, palettes are on the horizon as well. I would love to hear your thoughts though. Let me know what you're thinking. I would just love to chat about lip gloss down below. If you made it to the end of this video, leave some, I guess just leave emojis that represent the color of lip gloss you would like to wear, or just lip color in general. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram on BATTYBEAN there as well. And also you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you wanna, you can hop over to my second channel, linked in my description box, if you would like some additional content, that is. And also you can join my channel memberships. That's also in my description box. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.